what could learn right there that you know the internet thing they cause problem because they change the way how kids react or teens react because like in the article like that in the old days like to parents the younger people là lấy tí bao ta là like độ internet chúng ta chỉ đó chơi là hay là the focus more that là bao đó cho bé thì she bây giờ young teenager the kids bé bé con generation đó like bây giờ bao đó chỉ là like to people technology oh yeah see bây giờ for fun today chơi bây giờ bao chỉ bây giờ focus like bây là she the computer you know Facebook YouTube là playing games and things like that chơi bây lose focus thế chơi the cost bay like to have equal temper and like told my parents hi hey do something or ask us to like help out we just ignore or bad that buy pleasure chơi phải ba la loại nữa nè chơi like có hai tới đây hay like computer like sometimes ít cho bây giờ là she for fun thì she like ít cho like they she like for homework loại nữa nè thì she yeah, there couple like got to be a lot she for homework or they call like educational stuff. Like it's a good thing, but yeah, there are they boy like she for like phone game, like got they Facebook, Twitter, like they YouTube, like Google, make sure that they want like time limit or equal account on the computer, because yeah, there are the more time limit set up the la, just like you both like there là có store computer đó giờ thì có cái computer cái những muốn setting lên đó có set up cái family account cái set up account to be là like at least 30 minutes long each hour all hour to play so là cái the computer like các bạn đi hai tay còn shut down on the like having cost safety taking computer that electronic away from children like need battle because once like the kids or the teens like they get addicted to a list tông or their computer like that you get off of like stay on there all the time so like yeah like good job brother this sister like she done dot internet like she done dot a phone their computer thì she like good trading we bought their pay in corner like we can't get off of it. But because you bought that, there comes a time like, like get off and don't touch the computer or just get off the internet. So like, Linda like couple more like, có chuyện like, nếu she internet đâu lo, nên chỉ cho she đâu thế lại lo.
I think bây she internet đâu chứ mà because có share like bây family mà bây she internet like you can say every day and they're like the more focused on their electronics or like on their games and like letting you interact but then sometimes when you interact but then we're more focused on picture electronics and what's going on in society but then we're not but the problem is that like nowadays I see that picture young like we're more we trust whatever that's on the internet instead of like the news like we don't watch the TV no more and we're mostly looking through our electronics just to know everything that's going on
like mostly the time like bây giờ mình like you share TV probably share cartoons like then you bought about every Saturday like the take cartoon the lot kids là share so thì she told chúng mọi take cartoon like the chúng mình share TV này like TV nhất định là sẽ lấy chỉ có cái bỏ cái share cho mình单单要ở đây computer là để game console là tông game để là sai video tem long goals là cái chụp là sai TV gì nè because like back then TV is like original like that's entertainment but now bên the day be more thank internet law để do stuff bring it in kids like DJK sai TV là có cái electronics on nó nè like bought a big generation like being bought like could each one thing game console until like probably they are going middle school year or they are freshmen it's like talk with you I'm more TV today like we share TV all the time like watch the news or share movie on TV your thing Hmong movie thing make movie lo na talk big learn there thing games lo they internet to na je pen po there learn something new thì she like cái chụp po there bây they young teenager nó là bây giờ chụp po there yeah think internet life or not like it can hurt us like affect us then like it can change the way how we feel about things in the real world like
and also on how we view people and also like the society.
Yeah, like like có mỗi tụi brothers sister like tụi mình tụi like chỉ là có like có cái iPhone, iPad là cái Android lo đó na like take it away from them because có chỉ sao có the kids like get addicted. Yeah, like có mỗi tụi like nephew na like he's really addicted to the iPad or he's addicted to using the internet because like every day mà tụi có bỏ nữa you're online 24/7 never get off now until until you're tired or sleepy just take it away like before like anybody like who's always on their phone or is always using the internet non-stop. Like, do you know anybody like that?
Actually, I do. I could say that I'm one of them, and also my little sister txog. Like we're always on our electronics, and like we're never like we're never like in the living room or like the kitchen. We're always inside our room, like touching our electronics, and then like we only go out if we need a bathroom or if we're hungry or like we're more to be at sea base.
Like yeah, for kuma tendai ku te chỉ nhớ to phong miếng school to elementary mà ku đi chỉ có te internet because she talk reach like freshman year to like until now like ku yin có like internet到there because we had to learn something like try to get in like join people see what they're up to because like freshman year they just bought like more internet they say they're not into it not into those kind of stuff until like start playing games too and then like began learning to play game game is fun so ever since then I play games non-stop like games like it's my life now but like don't game it's just like a thing for you to have fun with like do something outside like go outside and playing dog like your brother this is the or like get them to like a pet like a bird or a cat or dog play with them too because don't make them feel left out like talk just don't game law talk chores or thing that like talking to them your law like ask the strategy because for Kuma can you take them out like play tennis because like everybody on the electronic like the internet jay quite there so only know jay bet on the moon with the school or like play tennis not basketball because at the don't know the activity outside like bet change the issues like that like it's affected all around us just because of the internet but internet jay problem monzi that they other problem probably bullying like things shit each other na so thôi nếu trong nhiều thôi bên học school mà lấy khai bây about they bullying like nó thì she each other they believe that they believe that like bullying is real like it actually happened but sometimes kids don't chip on kids think that bullying it's not even there it's just it just happened but I've been there because like you might bully like at least once or twice to make because being bullied is not fun because cái chỉ lo cái gì chỉ like I guess to get bullied mà it's really bad so cái chỉ có that happen to your kids or chỉ có để cho mình experience that thing but có think that to put it cho mình become to bully đó because they got to me to bully jay it's a bad thing because then people are shy that oh just to me young like to me face na Like Linda, what do you think about like they bullying in school like Nana?
I think that Joy, the one who are the bully, I think that the like bully just to like get maybe like to get their stress out, or maybe something happened in the like in their life ever since no maybe long, and also I think that each on the lot of for attention. And I think that sometimes the bullying, it gets to the point where like job victims, they want to like commit suicide and not go to the same school. So I think that that we could try to stop it, but then at the same time we don't take actions for it.
Like, like tell other student or tell people, man up or like, what's in a Rona, it's all pay like, or if they could post somebody like, they're being bullied or things like that, I just tell them, you're getting help, ask me or ask a friend to help you, because you can't just do everything on your own. Because you think about that, I'm weak, like, could you move on, like, could you have to take care to talk, like, the king chakuna, ask for help. Like, you can ask help from adults too. Because adults lấy bao tổ tên mà. So có hai cho tay bully tay lên là cái thing bây giờ mà commercial break bây giờ tất cả
chua dùng miệng đời nó nếu mà bé cháu từ nhà từ chuôn chúa nhớ chẳng hảo yếu khó tàu có từ mó dùng thia chỉ ta linh tới tàu kế chân cả lần tới vua tay thái cho nó chỉ thái chống lên tàu tu muốn tàu tới cháu kế chạy đi cho nhớ cháu sát thái cái kia có sát tàu của từ chua của từ sát tông nhớ sùn chua chào gì chào bé ó ý sùn bé bố nhớ xì sành mùa của cháu tàu.
Okay, Jay, welcome back, Tony. Hey, next thing, Jay, talk about teenagers still. Jay, well, cause I talk about Jay, probably your dating's reaction to like the way how we feel. So like, we ask Linda like, how do you think like your teen feel like to be sad, happy, or to have the emotional problem now?
In certain situations.
Like certain situation.
Can you give like an example?
Like like you have to be happy, not like couple of friends or like go see like new people, nah? Or like you talk with somebody like you're happy. Like what do you think like a reaction would be like?
I think the reaction would be them smiling or like energetic or something, and if they're sad then you'll see their expression on their face, like they're down, not smiling with the frown on their face, and looks like they're gonna cry. And if they're mad then like maybe they're just gonna stay quiet, or if not then like they're just going to just keep like a far distance from you.
Yeah, like couple got a little brother, huh? Like, well, actually, quite baby brother. Like, couple see new faces or to the park, where he gets really happy, like, out of nowhere. Like, could you fall like, what's the reason? Like, got happy boy, not digital, but when you think normal, gets really happy, hyper, and got like, that's strange, I never seen this side of him. Yeah, like, couple birthday teens like they like some teens, they just like to drink, they just talk about like you see them drink or get drunk, you see like another side of them too, like totally drunk, couple either they can become sad or happy, or like they can get mad at those situations. So like it makes good thing that guys like drink it, they get mad like we just say whatever, like what happened, and then y'all like what happened, like what's this supposed to be about? So like you have any experience like do you see people like often get drunk, or any of your friends, or do you know anybody like you see a different side of them, like they have like second effect on them?
Yeah, like some of my friends, I see them with different reactions, and then one of my friends, she's very close to me. Like the past few weeks, it has been very awkward for the both of us because of a situation, which I have no clue what was going on because I was very confused, and then so it was very awkward. So then she seemed kind of down a little bit, but then like I didn't want to go up to her and talk to her because it was getting very awkward between us for some reason. So then from the reaction that I see from her face was she was sad. Well, she seemed sad, and like she seemed like she didn't want to like stick with me, and just want to go like into like another group of friends. So yeah.
Like for me, to go like transfer from high school now, like go transfer from McLean to Duncan. I'm not like I don't feel like like they old friend like that. So I try to be like the long term guy. Just be by yourself. But cái như part that tụi mình học của friend là see cô có attitude thầu cô nhớ của linh ha là ý cho thing that are you sad or are you mad or do you just want to be alone for the time being? So I'm like I just tell them, oh, nothing happened. I want to try this out. Like, what if, like, you have like a self project, because this shit, they see it has a great effect on me, because it's like, you're changing, or like, they don't act like vocal now. So, cool, like, don't change around, just stay who you are. Because, like, changing yourself, like, won't bring anything good. So, good that, one more day question or you need to ask about people how the way do person change through like by their attitude or by their emotion. You guys can just give us a call because cause just like what you guys think or their solution to like how things are supposed to be. And good thing that by the way how people feel about like they loved one or they friends but they it's best that don't worry about how to take care of others, like take care of yourself, because like people that they do a son law they cho teenager out there and they bought that when you see yourself taking care of friends or taking care of yourself, it's like it's really different because taking care of yourself is like I could do what I can, but to look out for cái tay when you learn that got that it's really confusing, it's hard because I don't know what to do. Like cũng như mọi là cho when you learn in the là lấy ba của sometimes thì cũng như patch to learn because cũng như mọi that I don't have what they have, or I'm not that smart, or I don't have the strength to carry on. So like good thing like that, friends that help each other, like could this cause like some kind of issue to like trigger emotions, or what kind of issues will come out of it?
I think that when friends they help out each other, I think sometimes like the person that's having the issue, I think if their friend doesn't give them the advice that they would like to hear, or something that it might cause them to flip out and just like throw a big tantrum right there, because certain friends they would like to hear like the words of their friends that they want to hear, but then at the same time they want to like have a friend who tells them what will make them feel better, but at the same time they don't want to hear it because they're either mad or sad. But then at the same time, like the friend is having the issue, like sometimes they feel like, oh no, my friend they don't know how I feel, because they're telling me to do this like another different situation, and so then they might just like just tell them to forget it because how they're telling them like it's not how they will feel.
Yeah, like Did she to a couple, got they put you like, they're down or something, cheer them up. But sometimes, like they get mad or sad for like, they stupid reason, huh? Because, got like, oh, why you mad or why you sad? Because they say, oh, I'm just mad because I'm mad. Like, what? What's the problem then? Or like, yeah, they're sad, got that, or check a chill nữa. Like, oh, it's either, breakups or, you got dumped or, you just always get rejected or, like, they're just sad because, think of something like, like, if it's something in the past, don't think about it. Like, I mean, you can still think about it, but what would that do?
It's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, it's not gonna do
just
anything.
bring more stress to you.
So it's like, look into the future of what you're trying to do and what's your goal. Because, like, like back then for me, if I was like, not a smart kid and could teach like, could until like right now, and then go that, back then, I should have tried, but then she got that, well, that's the past, now it's the future, like the present, so, go ahead there, I gotta change myself, like, I gotta start looking at the past and see what I can do from there, because, what's the past, you can't change it. Like, I feel like, these are the no more call like they mistake in the past or in the night. These are the I should just change it or step in or go hide something back then. So I guess right now like I could teach or start like that's not gonna happen. Or like teens like if we have like we always do homework. And we always, copy each other and stuff. Or like, when an assignment is due and you're all like, oh, it's okay, I can forget about it, right? But then later on, talk about that, I should have just tried to, have a higher grade and all. Because, that you don't try that you won't get anything in return. But then there's also an effect to it too, because you learn from your mistake. Like, txog it was in junior year. I learned a lot of mistakes that I did back then because like they work out like sometimes could you turn into like it's bad because dropping your grades, you lose points. But then looking at it now, I'm all like I should just try because I think it would have changed a lot. But then like to go try other students. Or like I try other kids out, like some try, and then you see, nothing happen. Like it looks just normal. But talk about your kids, like they don't try. You kind of see like a really hard effect on them, because some students they're like, we don't want to fail, and they want to graduate. But then talking about like teacher and student arguing, like teachers are like I'm gonna fail you and stuff, and the students would be like they get really angry and stuff. And you're like, should you like help the student out or should you like help others? Because like that các situation is your own. Like talk about friends, huh? Like with your friends, sometimes we copy each other's work, but sometimes we don't, and sometimes like the more problem like with situation which point like we try to help out. But then again, like they ask, they're just gonna try to forget it, and they say, we'll just let things slide and see what happens. But then when you see the bad stuff came up to them, you're like, why didn't you try? Because you don't want that bad stuff to happen to them anymore. Good thing like you have like, do you have friends that sometimes like they kind of miss out on stuff and they say, oh, if I miss it, and then it won't cause a problem,
Actually, I don't have any friends who does that.
Uh-huh.
But then I do see it like very often in classes, like where the students they don't listen, and so due to them not listening, they tend to like fail the class, or they do they end up copying from other students who they seem to think that they're smart.
That's right.
But then also some they rely on as Asian because they think as Asians are smart, which is just a stereotype. And then but then some like they don't think they don't think of it as them trying it and try to like work the problems or like whatever issues out, because when it comes to tests, like if they do end up copying, like they don't see it as if like when they do on a test, the teachers, they see the difference of your homework and of how you do on the test. So then it just all adds up to the quizzes and the finals.
Like make an issue for about student copying each other's work, or like you can think that you do this, then the teacher won't catch you, or like stealing money from parents, or cheating behind his friend's back, or anything like that. Because when you thought that once that happened, you can never change it, or like something bad's gonna happen back to you, because it's either one thing happened or nothing happened. Because like what happened, like if you were to steal money from friends, and then later on you tell them that I just took some money from you, and you're like, oh, your friend doesn't get mad about it, or sometimes your friends do get mad about it, but you come out with the truth and you're like, I'll pay you back later and stuff, and they're like, yeah, sure then. Like for what, like I sometimes like I tell friends pay for lunch and stuff, or like if you want to buy something, like you tell them that, oh, can I borrow some money, or like if they ask me, like can they borrow money from me too, because your friends and you want to help each other. One thing you matter at that, like the paying back, like it kind of matters, but you matter bandana, because it's money, like either you can get it back yourself or they could pay you back. But I can find that kind of guilty-ish, because you're making your friends pay for you and you couldn't pay for yourself, or like your friends on got money, did you got that, just forget about paying me back, and just keep it, because you wanted to make them feel guilty too. So like let you do wrong things to your friend, or friends do wrong things to them, because you might cause like some kind of big complaints or some kind of big issues around there. So it's like saying if I go out and my parents want me to stay in, and then it's best to just stay in, don't go out with your friends. Like go out, brother, because he always goes out. But then I'm all like, but it's okay he goes out, because then he gets something back in return. Because you can't just do nothing while you're out and then come back home and you're like, I don't gotta do nothing, but there's always something on the side that's always come back to them. So yeah. Okay. Bây giờ khai một back commercial mà thật là
nhớ dùng ý chung cái tin trà mông nhớ Alaska, giờ có nhớ cho chính trà mùa đông, họ luôn trong Anchorage, Alaska, họ có một sải pon ba sải yêu Gabriel Ledoux là ở cái tụ phút thèn Steakhouse District cầu chi. Gabriel Ledoux giờ đi tụ phút thèn mùa hai tàu mông nu meem và tí cầu chi là ở mông nu nhớ sải Alaska. Gabriel Ledoux chỉ giờ mùa hai cái nó chứa cái xe mua veteran benefit cho phút tụ trò mông. Gabriel Ledoux chỉ giờ mùa hai cái sải Alaska mỗi lu hong museum trò mông ở mông tụ. Ta nên người trẻ mùa hai cái tàu nhẹ lọc thề bây giờ mi tụ mi nhua cái lúc này bị xóa thì tàu họ lù rong ua. Giờ lên thì giờ ít tụ tin năng cho xe tàu.
I'm Gabrielle Ledoux. I've worked hard to represent East Anchorage and J-Bear, and I'd appreciate your continued support.
Gabrielle Ledoux for Steakhouse District Coaching.
Okay, back topic on eating issues. Okay, let's see, recap first of all, we talk about the internet. Next up, next category, we talk about probably there's a big current situation about teens right now. So I could think what's the teen current situation right now like? How's teens like?
Let's see. I think now some teens, like, if they look at it, like, when they hit their senior year, I think they look at it as if they want to go to college, but then some they don't. But then I think some of the situation of teens are getting out of Fresno and not wanting to stay with their parents. But then they look at it like, if they do end up going out of Fresno and like going to the colleges they want, like that's to look at it as if they really do want to go, because what if that college doesn't have their major in it, but then at the same time, do they have the money to support them all the way through the 4 year of colleges?
That could be the issue too, because once 18 like they graduate from high school, they move on to college or move out of state now, like to go to a different university and like that, and like either it's in California or you can go anywhere, like as long as they might accept it in the university or like they college but the hard part you got that HR teams like get to provide state money for pay that, because how can you provide support for yourself if going to college can support for you, because college like no one take financial aid line that, but then that's not gonna help support you much, because you're gonna need to do something else. So like most teenagers, like what they think is that going to college is like being an adult and getting a job and all, but it's not just like that. It's about how to survive in the real world, because like once you reach college, beside there, go get a job and go to school, and like it's just easy like that. But then no, it's harder than that, because like going to school is like high school all over again, but you just gotta take it more seriously and everything. The job is the hard part, because you gotta make sure that time between your job and your school is like it's equal in between that, because you have to cut the holiday like you go work like afternoon shift or like go work 8 p.m. You have to you have class like during the time today. So it's like it's best to make a choice though. Probably work on weekends or work on days like cut you more at school now. Because like high school man, like can you probably just doing the work now, like in high school, like they're working already, but then they still coming to school. But the thing is, that put more stress on them, because you what happened like come on, you call big test coming along, come on, you call big essay or big project doing, and you're all like, oh man, but I got a job on that day too, So it's like you're putting a lot of stress on yourself, and they tasted it, but what to say back, because when you bought that, most teachers are like no excuses, because you can't give excuses to teachers and say that getting sick and all, that's not an excuse, because you have to get that from doctors, get a doctor note. But it's like you have work, like that excuse, like they might work out the shit, when you bought there, working excuses, like you can't use it forever, because they get you bought there, the time between your job and their school life, you should know what to do better than that, because you have to got more spare time to go out from school to get right onto your homework and all, because that way to come with like a night shift job or like usually to take PM job like they start at 5 p.m. but then like you have to go out home from like around 3, like an hour 30 minutes to spare, right? So take that time to read or to study or think homework, because like sometimes they student like they focus kind of more on the job more than the homework, like they go take the job first, and then they'll come back home and do the homework late at night and stay up all night until like the next day they know that what happened, like they missed something or like, they didn't quite know what to do until like the teacher says something, or to other student or your friends, they say that, oh, this is due on today or this is due on that day, or like, it rush people because like certain time like what they are project like student had to make like it could be due the next day or the next week or probably the end of the week. And then like when student like they take the time like wisely, and they're just like first 2 to 3 days I'm not gonna do anything, like just have fun until like the last 2 days or so. They rush on it, rush on projects and rush on essays, and you rush on things that you cannot make up the time for it because all that time goes to you fooling around. But then at a certain point you have to come on, take free time to fool around. You can use that time, sometimes they might use it to do their work. So like you think that like a student like they can fool around all they want in school, but you think that's a good choice for them?
I don't think that it is, because if they are planning to get a job or like an out-of-state school, then I think that they shouldn't be fooling around, because if you're planning to get a job in high school, you have to have the GPA that they want. So then you're just gonna end up fooling around. Then there's no point of you aiming for your dream college, and there's no point of you finding a job if you can't really stay on task, and all you do just like procrastinate. There's
right.
like really no point in anything.
Like but told you high school, but come with a friend, like he just started working. I think senior year, I don't know, junior year. Yeah, both of junior year, but he just started working, right? But then he found out that when he was working, he didn't have time to do his homework. Because it was really late at night. Jay, the time to make up. Jay, once he lost it, then he lost it, and then like you can't complain to the teacher and all, because you just lost the time to do what you can to make up for it. Because usually they remake it's half points and you can't get anything back. So like get the what they teenager out there if anybody's watching this, like they think that getting a job while being in school, is it like a good thing or a bad thing, because during high school, like some students like they get more job than she each high schooler sometimes they choose over work over school because they want to make that money and see what happens. But then some students like they decided to choose like school come first, and then like finding a job will be later, because they want to be more educated before having to go get a job. Because usually it's big high schooler like told them more job like they go for fast food or like go for like easy job. But then until later on, like they found out that their job is kind of interfering with their school life. So it's like don't work, or just hold off the work and come back like the next year until like you can figure out how to solve the problem. And so let's see, next issue could bring up probably I guess you could say webbing, like how big teenager we use the web now to talk instead of talking in real life, because like can you put that sometimes people they use Skype or they Facebook and some kind of cam to speak through like the microphone and the camera of the computer, because like that's not really helpful. Or like text messaging to people, like if I text your friend that I'm having a party or something, or like you guys just talking about issues, that's not gonna help talking online, because
they might read it like in a different tone than how you put it.
Yeah, it's like I just broke up with my girlfriend, and they're like, okay, you can go find a new one. But y'all like, that's it? Is that all the advice you're gonna give me online? Because sometimes you take it seriously, but then sometimes they think that, oh, it's just, one of those things that happens and doesn't matter. But then, like, when somebody, like, take things seriously, they speak through online, that's, that's not the right way, because you're not speaking in person, so let's about that, what could your situation really be? Because you might do, friend from, like, Minnesota, like, I know her, and, she said that she just broke up, right? But then she was talking with me and my brother on the web. So, grab she Skype, because he uses Skype, so, they talk through Skype, like, what's the situation and all. But then I kind of seeing that talking through a computer, like, it kind of helps, but then that won't change anything, because we're not there, because there's someone else and we're over here. So we're all like, my situation is different from yours, so I can't really help you. All I can do is probably give advice, and that's it. Because what my brother did is that, because you need, like, you can go find a new one. But then I'm all like, that's the same advice everybody can give, because you're not really trying. So, like, if I was there, I'm all like, it'd be best if we could just talk in person, and then, like, I'll be helping out. It'd be way easier, because I don't want to just talk through, like, phone messaging or Facebook messaging or any kind of web thing, because I'm not getting attention here, or, like, I don't really get the point about it, because, like, talk in person, I can see the situation more better now.
And also the expression on the face.
Because, like, talking through the web, like, couple of types which they say, is this really happening, or they think that, or are you just doing this for fun? Because nobody know that.
Yeah, because sometimes certain people, like, they're like back-awesome, like, they don't even want to help you, but then they're just gonna help you just be nice. But then some, they're willing to help you, they're willing to take their time and help you instead of just, like, ignoring you,
Yeah, because, like, you can help other people in real life, it's better, because solving the situation, it's always better to talk, and then you can help them, because you're talking through the web, or, like, you talk on the phone. That's not gonna help, because you're talking through the long distance. So you're like, how's my advice gonna help you? So it's best to, like, don't just sit there and talk. Like, go to somebody's place and just help them, because they're like, family problem. You can help, but just don't get into it. But if it's a friend's problem, go visit them, or, like, tell them, like, meet you at some place, right? Because it'd be easier that way, instead of just talking on the phone and you're like, oh, I could just tell you this, because that's not gonna help them. So it's like, it's always best to boss somebody, but then just make sure it doesn't cause big issues about it, because the issue could uprise even more, and they teenagers, they ask adults, and the adults are like, it's your problem, like, relationship wise problem, that's your problem to take care of. Like, nobody's gonna help you. So if it happened, it happened. But then if it's like friendships, like, you get friends are not friends anymore, I don't know, like, you could ask then they answer your uncle, like, how does the experience go, like, how do they feel when friendship breakup and stuff. But then, like, sometimes it could just be on your own, like, go up to your friends, just tell them, I'm sorry and all, that we fight, or just have some kind of argument. Like, you could bring it back up and make it feel like, just forget this, and then it's just stay friends. Okay, can you about that, once you lose that important person in your life, then that's it, because you won't know anybody else to talk to. Besides, like, having to be online all the time and just speak online. But then people won't really know who you really are, because, like, Facebook, there's always, fakers, what people said. Like, you put a picture of a girl for your cover, and then people think that, oh, you're a girl, or you're a guy. But then in real life, you're just either a lonely person, or like, you're just somebody who's, probably important, or not important, because, it's best to, like, meet each other, huh? Like, when there's a hangout, or when somebody asks, who want to go to a movie with me, or who wants to, like, go to this place, like, just say yes, or just say, I want to join in, because
always bring someone with you.
Yeah, because, like, you don't join in the conversation, or like you don't join in the group that they're gonna leave out or somewhere. Like, you're gonna feel like I'm left out, or like I don't have any friends to take me, because like talk brother out to them, I'm don't your friend to think that I kind of go out sometime with them, because I'm like I don't want to be home and just sit there and touch the internet or just play game all the time, because that what am I doing? I'm acting like I don't got any friends. So it's like, I try to talk they point you time, and such people always have plan like, can we go hang out somewhere, or can we hang out at somebody's house, because we're supposed to think what friends supposed to do. Like, don't do things that like, oh, I'm kind of busy and I don't got time to come, because like it costs something important to go, and then you can ask a friend that you don't got the time because it's important to you, and then it's okay. But I think it's best to just say that, talk on the phone about it, because don't just text, because what happens is that you're just lazy, like you don't want to go out, you just text them, oh, I'm busy, and that's it. And then you're gonna be like, I should just went out with them, because what if they did something funner than what I'm doing here? So like, you think that just being by yourself is like okay, or we should get out more, like
Well, for me, like, it doesn't really matter, because if you're by yourself, then like you'll get to know yourself more and know yourself better than others. And if you hang out with others, then like you might see yourself like as someone who's a bad influence to others,
Yep.
So pretty much both ways. It doesn't really matter. It's all depending on the person who's acting it or whatever, because for me, I think it's best if I'm like by myself a little bit sometimes, because like I get to like know myself more than like others, because if I know others, they're like, okay, you're the type of people who look down on people, or like you're the type of people who is this and this and this, and you're just gonna start thinking to yourself like, really, am I really like that? And then so it's best if you have a little bit more time to yourself than with others.
Yeah, and then it's also best to big things like sometimes be by yourself, like okay about the shit. Sometimes gonna need to go out with your friends too, to see what they do, and how they live, like because you don't want to just be the only guy out or the only girl out, and you're like, it's okay if I miss something. But then when once you miss something fun, and you're like, I should have just been with them, So yeah. Okay, Jay, bây giờ move to cái last thing right now, Jay, another extra, Jay, có hạt nít sớm mỗi cái take advertisement lo, nít sẽ advertise này cái show or cái store or nít sẽ advertise something, Jay, nít là talk to people that you guys can come see us on John 27.5, có phải mấy bảo tới Harvey, giờ thì nít allow nít có advertisement to phải bây giờ mà nít 8 hours to host a show about it. Plus that the cost only nít just to help advertise with that, because that's the way that's how things works around here. And like always, big times comes up in like Jay and James Yang.
Đừng nói cái lên đại danh.